Did you know that your favorite grocery items might cost twice as much this December? Imagine walking into your local store to find half-empty shelves or paying sky-high prices for everyday essentials. Sounds unreal, right? But the truth behind this price surge will leave you stunned. In today's video, we're uncovering 12 grocery products that will be absolutely priceless this December. Items that are about to become more valuable than ever. From hidden supply chain issues to seasonal demands you didn't see coming, we'll break down what's really happening and, most importantly, how you can stay ahead. Make sure you stick around because the last product on this list is something almost everyone buys, and it could completely disappear from shelves in the coming weeks. If you're new here, welcome to the channel where we bring you the latest tips and insights to save money and make smarter choices. Love learning about trends that directly affect your life? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's get started. 12. Eggs. Before diving into the next grocery item, let's talk about a breakfast staple that's about to put a serious dent in your budget. Eggs. Egg prices in the U.S. have already risen sharply over the past year, and experts say they're likely to climb even higher this December. Why? It's a perfect storm of factors. Bird flu outbreaks that have affected millions of hens, soaring feed costs, and skyrocketing seasonal demand. Right now, the average price for a dozen eggs in the U.S. is around $4.20, nearly double what it was 2 years ago. And with the holiday season upon us, demand is going through the roof. Think Christmas baking, holiday feasts, and New Year's brunches. All this drives prices even higher. Here's a tip many people don't know. Eggs are highly sensitive to temperature. To keep them fresh longer, store them at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. This slows bacterial growth, ensuring they stay safe to eat. Planning to stock up before prices spike? You can freeze eggs to extend their shelf life. Crack them into a bowl, whisk lightly, and pour them into ice cube trays or freezer-safe bags. They'll stay good for up to a year, perfect for weathering any price hikes or shortages. But that's not all. Some experts warn this isn't just a December issue. If bird flu outbreaks worsen or feed costs remain high, we could see elevated egg prices well into next year. So what does this mean for your grocery bill? This trend is far from over. 11. Beef and veal. Now let's move to something that could make your holiday dinner a lot more expensive. Beef and veal. These premium meats are a centerpiece of festive meals, but this year they're causing more budgeting stress than indulgence. A tight supply and relentless demand are driving prices through the roof. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. Cattle herds in the U.S. have been shrinking for months due to severe droughts. Ranchers are struggling to feed their livestock as water sources dry up and feed prices climb. This has led to fewer cattle being raised and sent to market, creating a supply crunch unlike anything we've seen in years. And when supply drops, prices surge. It's basic economics. But when it's your grocery bill, it feels anything but basic. Demand, on the other hand, is higher than ever. December holidays bring cravings for hearty, traditional meals. Roast beef, tender cutlets, and similar dishes that are staples for family gatherings. This extra demand adds even more pressure to an already strained market. Wholesale beef prices have jumped significantly over the past 6 months, and now those costs are hitting grocery store shelves. But even if you're ready to pay the premium, there's no guarantee your preferred cut will be in stock. Retailers are scrambling to keep shelves filled, especially with high-demand items like ribeye steaks or veal chops. Want to save money? Buy in bulk or explore alternative cuts. If you have freezer space, consider purchasing a larger portion, like a brisket or a side of beef. It's a smart way to save in the long run. Don't overlook less expensive cuts like chuck or flank steak. When cooked properly, they're just as flavorful and come at a fraction of the cost. Unfortunately, this shortage is expected to ripple well beyond December, making it one of the most expensive holiday seasons for beef and veal in recent memory. But we're just getting started. Stay tuned as we reveal more grocery items that will hit your wallet hard this December. 10. Pork. Let's talk about pork, because if you think beef and veal prices are bad, wait until you hear what's happening with this household favorite. Pork, the go-to choice for bacon, sausage, and holiday hams, is facing serious price pressures this December. Here's what's driving this surge. A perfect storm of tight supplies and soaring demand is leaving shoppers and their budgets in a tough spot. First, let's unpack the supply issue. Hog production has been struggling for months, with rising feed costs, labor shortages at processing plants, and even new farming regulations slowing down the supply chain. On top of that, unpredictable weather this year has made things even worse. The result? Fewer pigs are being raised, processed, and delivered to markets. And just like with beef, when supply drops, prices skyrocket. But that's not all. The demand for pork this holiday season is through the roof. Think about it. How many families plan to serve a glazed ham for Christmas dinner or sizzling bacon for a festive breakfast? Winter holidays naturally drive a massive spike in pork purchases, and this year producers just can't keep up. It's not just a local problem either. Globally, pork consumption remains high, especially in countries where pork is a dietary staple. International buyers are competing for the limited supply, which only adds to the pressure on domestic prices. What you're paying at your grocery store isn't just the cost of farming, it's the result of a worldwide scramble for pork products. Here's a little-known fact. Pork prices are highly seasonal. December usually sees a price hike because of increased demand for holiday meals. But this year, the jump could be even steeper due to lingering supply chain issues. If pork is on your holiday menu, buy it sooner rather than later to avoid sticker shock. Another trend to watch? Some cuts of pork are disappearing faster than others. Bacon, for example, has become a hot commodity, with prices rising more quickly than other pork products. Larger cuts like roasts or shoulders might still be a bit more affordable for now, but as demand continues to grow, even these options may soon become pricey. This December, pork is shaping up as a prime example of how supply and demand struggles are reshaping the grocery aisle. And with prices likely to stay high into the new year, the way we shop for pork may look very different in the months ahead. 9. Fresh fruits. Now let's turn to something that might feel more like a luxury this December. Fresh fruits. Have you noticed certain fruits getting pricier around this time of year? That's no coincidence. Seasonal availability plays a huge role in driving up prices, and this year is no exception. Here's why. Many fruits we enjoy, like berries, citrus, and exotic varieties, are either out of season locally or need to be imported from far-off countries. In December, much of the U.S. relies on imports from places like Mexico, Chile, and Peru to fill grocery store shelves. While these fruits may look fresh and tempting, the cost of transporting them, especially with rising fuel prices, adds a hefty markup. Even domestically grown fruits face challenges. Take apples, for instance. They're harvested in the fall, so by December, the freshest supply has already been stored for months. Keeping them fresh requires controlled environments, which adds to the cost. Meanwhile, summer-centric fruits like grapes or peaches are harder to find in winter and command higher prices when they're available. Demand also plays a big role. The holiday season is all about lavish spreads, charcuterie boards, and fruit-based desserts. From oranges in festive centerpieces to pomegranates in cocktails, certain fruits are a must-have for celebrations. The more people want them, the harder they are to keep in stock, and the higher the prices climb. Even traditional winter fruits like oranges and mandarins aren't immune. Crop yields can vary due to weather or disease, and a smaller harvest means prices can skyrocket. The The same goes for avocados, a year-round favorite that's particularly susceptible to cost spikes when supplies tighten. So how can you beat the rising costs? Focus on fruits that are truly in season. Pears, cranberries, and certain citrus varieties like clementines are at their peak in December and tend to be more affordable. Buying local when possible can also save you money while ensuring the freshest produce. Fresh fruits are a great example of how something as simple as the changing seasons can hit your grocery budget hard. But the price surges don't stop here. 8. Dairy products. Let's talk about another grocery staple that's quietly creeping up in price. Dairy products. Milk, cheese, butter, and their creamy cousins are essential items in most kitchens, but this December, they might just feel priceless. Literally. Why? It's all tied to a dip in milk production. Rising feed costs, extreme weather, and a decrease in dairy herd numbers have made it harder for farmers to keep up with demand. As milk becomes scarcer, everything made from it, cheese slices, butter, sour cream, starts to cost more. Imagine this. Even the butter you need for holiday cookies or the cheese for your charcuterie board could feel like a luxury item this season. Prices are climbing across the board, and shoppers, but this trend doesn't just stop with December. With ongoing challenges in dairy farming, prices are likely to remain high well into the new year. 8. Dairy products. And let's not overlook how December's festive feasts crank up the demand for dairy. Think about it. Holiday baking, creamy mashed potatoes, gallons of eggnog. It's the season when everyone wants dairy. The result? Less for the rest of us and more strain on your grocery bill. It's almost like butter is auditioning for the role of MVP on your shopping list. But wait, there's more. Imported dairy products like European cheeses are also feeling the heat. With rising transportation costs, getting that wedge of Parmesan from Italy or that wheel of brie to your table is costing more than ever. If you were hoping to impress your guests with a charcuterie board stacked with fancy cheeses, good luck explaining why the cheese costs more than the wine. Here's a pro tip. Butter can be frozen. Stock up now if you see it on sale and stash it in the freezer. Your future cookie baking self will thank you when prices climb even higher. For milk, consider shelf-stable or powdered versions as backups. Sure, they're not glamorous, but they're lifesavers when you need them most. The takeaway? Dairy is quickly climbing the ranks on our priceless list this December. Whether it's a block of cheddar or a tub of sour cream, these staples are proving they're worth their weight in gold, or at least in rising grocery costs. 7. Cereals and bakery products. Let's shift gears to another grocery category that's taking a hit: cereals and bakery products. These carb-filled comfort foods might be breakfast champions, but this December they could feel like luxury items. What's the issue? It starts with wheat, the backbone of almost everything we love, from bread and pasta to pastries and cereal. This year, global wheat production has been battered by bad weather and rising farming costs. Wholesale prices are creeping up, and with fuel prices also soaring, getting that bag of flour from the farm to the bakery now costs a small fortune. Naturally, those costs are passed down to us. Now add the holiday craze to the mix. Everyone's stocking up on bread for stuffing, croissants for brunch spreads, and enough cookies to last the season. And cereals? They're part of the cozy winter breakfast tradition, making demand and prices climb even higher. Speaking of cookies, remember how butter prices are spiking? That's a double whammy for baked goods. Butter is the star ingredient in pies, cinnamon rolls, and most holiday treats. If butter costs more, you can bet your favorite bakery items are following suit. Even cereals aren't safe. Those brightly colored boxes might look innocent, but they're victims of the same rising grain costs. Even a simple box of oatmeal, the staple of health-conscious breakfasts, is feeling a little fancy these days. What can you do? Get creative. Buy flour in bulk if you enjoy baking. It's cheaper and you can make your own bread and pastries. Plus, you'll get to brag about your homemade treats at holiday parties. Whether it's toast in the morning or a bagel at brunch, cereals and baked goods are quietly making their way onto our priceless list this December. 6. Fish and seafood. Before we move on, let's dive into a category with some surprising news. Fish and seafood. Prices for seafood have actually dipped recently. That's right. Shrimp cocktails and salmon fillets might feel a little more budget-friendly this December, but don't get too excited. This is likely a temporary dip. Here's the scoop. Global fishing yields have been steady, creating a small surplus. But with December being peak seafood season, the tide is about to turn. Holiday feasts featuring crab legs, lobster tails, and seafood chowder will drive demand through the roof. As supplies shrink, prices could spike quickly, especially for high-demand items. Rising shipping costs and unpredictable weather are also factors to watch. They can disrupt availability in an instant, making seafood prices unpredictable. If you're a seafood fan, now is the time to stock up. The good news? Fish and seafood freeze well. Grab your favorites while prices are low, and you'll be ready for your next fancy dinner without breaking the bank. But don't swim away just yet. There's much more to uncover about the grocery price surprises December has in store. 5. Fresh vegetables. Before we move on, let's pause in the fresh vegetable aisle. If your favorite greens are suddenly pricier, you're not imagining it. Seasonal changes are making some vegetables harder to find and much more expensive this December. Here's the deal. Many of the vegetables we enjoy year-round, like lettuce, broccoli, and bell peppers, don't thrive in colder weather. As temperatures drop, local supplies shrink, leaving us dependent on imports or greenhouse-grown produce. That extra transportation and production cost gets passed straight to you at checkout. While root vegetables like carrots and potatoes remain abundant, leafy greens like spinach and romaine are a different story. These delicate crops are more vulnerable to frost damage, which means fewer make it to market. Add holiday demand for veggie-packed dishes like salads, casseroles, and sides, and prices start climbing fast. Here's a tip to keep your grocery bill in check. Stick to in-season vegetables. December is the perfect time for hearty options like squash, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. Not only are they more budget-friendly, but they also bring that cozy, seasonal vibe to your meals. Fresh vegetables are a great example of how changing seasons can shake up the produce aisle and your wallet. But we're just getting started. Stay tuned as we uncover more grocery items that could feel priceless this December. 4. Poultry products. Next, let's talk about poultry, the go-to protein for so many meals. Whether it's roast chicken for dinner or turkey for the holidays, poultry prices are taking flight this December. And there are big reasons why. One major culprit is avian influenza. Outbreaks this year have led to the loss of millions of birds. Fewer birds mean less supply, and when supply drops, prices soar. It's simple economics, but one that's hitting the poultry market hard. Then there's demand. December is peak season for poultry. From turkeys gracing Christmas dinner tables to chicken wings for game day snacks. With fewer birds available and everyone stocking up, prices are climbing higher than ever. Even frozen poultry isn't immune to these hikes. Rising grain prices have made feeding and raising birds more expensive, which trickles down to those bags of frozen chicken we rely on for quick meals. Stocking up early could save you some serious sticker shock later, as poultry joins the ranks of grocery items going priceless this December. It's a reminder of how supply and demand can ruffle more than just feathers, but we're not done yet. There's still more to uncover, so stick around. 3. Imported goods. Let's shift our focus to imported goods, those pantry staples and exotic flavors that bring the world to your kitchen. Whether it's creamy Italian Parmesan or your favorite tropical fruit, imported items are feeling the pinch this December. and tariffs and trade policies are at the heart of the issue. Here's how it works. When a country places tariffs or taxes on goods from abroad, it drives up their cost. Ongoing trade disputes and shifting agreements only make matters worse. So suddenly your favorite jar of olive oil or box of imported chocolates comes with a heftier price tag. And don't forget rising shipping costs. With fuel prices soaring and global supply chain disruption still causing headaches, transporting goods across borders has become more expensive than ever. These costs don't just affect luxury items like truffles or French wine. They also hit everyday staples like coffee, bananas, and even canned tuna. For families who rely on these items as part of their weekly grocery haul, it's a frustrating blow to the budget. Looking for ways to save? Consider swapping imported items for local alternatives. While they might not replicate the exact flavors, they can help cut costs and keep your meals exciting. December's list of priceless grocery items isn't over yet, so don't go anywhere. There's plenty more to uncover. 1. Packaged snacks. Let's talk about packaged snacks, the unsung heroes of movie nights, road trips, and late-night cravings. But this December, your favorite chips, cookies, and crackers might be snacking on your budget instead. Why? Because prices are climbing faster than you can say, "Pass the popcorn." Blame it on supply chains. Yes, even your chips have trust issues with delivery times. Transportation delays, labor shortages, and shipping chaos are turning snack logistics into a full-blown drama. And guess who's left footing the bill? That's right, it's you, staring at a $6 bag of chips, wondering if it comes with a Netflix subscription. But supply chains aren't the only problem. There's also an ingredient crisis. Prices for essentials like wheat, sugar, and oils are soaring, higher than a toddler on a sugar rush. Snack companies are trying to keep up, but the result is your favorite cookies suddenly feeling like luxury treats served with a side of regret. And even the packaging isn't safe. Cardboard and plastic costs are rising, so it's not just the snacks that are expensive. It's the box they come in. Honestly, at this rate, we might as well start calling chips potato jewels and cookies dough diamonds. Here's the silver lining. Store brands. They're like your thrifty best friend. No designer label, but they still hit the spot. Stock up during sales or try making your own snacks at home. Who knows? You might just discover your inner Gordon Ramsay, minus the yelling. While your favorite snacks might be putting the crunch in your budget, remember, awareness is power. Stay tuned as we continue uncovering how to navigate this season's skyrocketing prices. December is a time for joy, family, and good food. But rising grocery prices can quickly turn holiday cheer into budget fears. From eggs and dairy to fresh fruits and snacks, we've explored how seasonal demand, supply issues, and global trends are making everyday items feel priceless. The key to staying ahead? Awareness and smart planning. Focus on in-season items. Buy in bulk when possible and don't hesitate to try store brands. Keep an eye out for deals and consider freezing perishable goods to stretch your dollar further. With just a few small adjustments, you can enjoy a festive feast without breaking the bank. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on saving money and shopping smarter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.